Aspect One, Los Angeles. You tuned into BattleRap.com, so stay calm.
There's definitely in the last year and a half, 2 years, much more of a street element in the KOTD, like Fresh Coast movement with guys like, I guess, KG the Poet, arguably Deadman, Nitty, yeah. And then also, as you mentioned, bringing in all those
some
guys
of the younger guys too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like guys like Dre Vicious and
Yak
people.
the Ripper, and
yeah,
those type of guys.
So, was that a conscious move to kind of shape King of the Dot into more of a street league, or is it to reflect, more of the LA scene as a whole?
I didn't have this master plan like, I want to make King of the Dot smack. Like, I didn't do that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a black dude from the streets. There's certain cats that are comfortable speaking to me and hollering at me. And if I look at their battles, I recognize their talent. I provide that opportunity where it's like, you deserve to be in the ring just like this guy does. Fuck if we're friends, like, you're dope. You deserve this chance too. Let me take this risk and just put you in the fire. That's what I did. A lot of these kids I didn't know before the last 2 years. Like, I didn't know Yak the Ripper or Banco or Cali Boy Smooth or none of these dudes that I call my boys now. Like, I didn't know them. But just watching their battles, doing research, doing homework, staying up late every night, watching every league, reading every YouTube comment, just finding out about these kids. I look at it like a father figure, low key. Like, I'm hella older than a lot of these dudes that are like 21 and 19, and like they asking me for advice about their careers and shit. I'm 36. Okay. So a lot of dudes look at me like, oh, like you don't even act old, and it's like, how am I supposed to act? I accept you for what you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all bosses. If you just have the mentality, you respect the next man. Like, when you know what I mean. So that's all I brought to the team. I never looked at it like, oh, this is my master plan. I have this ultimatum. I looked at it like, I just want dope talent. I'm tired of booking the same 5 dudes that we book on the West Coast that give us this certain stigma. You know what I'm saying? Like, no diss to nobody that's in that category, but we need more talent. We need more voices on the West Coast to be seen and to be heard. So New York recognizes us for that because they are the hip hop culture. They make the most money in the world. They fucking got the newest fashion, the best artists, so to speak, come out of New York, like, historically. So with all of that shit being said, what are we gonna do? I was born in New York, but I love the West Coast. Like, I would die for LA, like, So, this is what I had to do. I had to, like, make motherfuckers pay attention. Like, dude, I just don't wanna see fucking such and such battle such and such and rap about guns. All right, cool, let me get the kids who really be around them and put them in front. And now what you gonna complain about? Because this shit is authenticity. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing I can do.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your next move here. You're gonna be working, well, I'll let you do the announcement. Who are you gonna be working with?
I don't want the ground to break open, but I've been reached out to by the one and only URL staff. They want me to come on staff, you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't really ironed out the details, so to speak, of what I'll be doing or whatnot, but I know it'll be something on the West Coast, and it'll be something dope. Like, there's a lot of cats that are just loyal to Smack, so maybe it'll be an opportunity for some of those guys to come out on the West Coast and be a part of Fresh Coast, but not necessarily on different platforms, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's just, they're signed into contracts, you know what I'm saying? And then that's hard
to do. The exclusivity contracts to URL, right?
And that was a big thing. Like, I love my homies at KOTD. Like, it's never gonna be a diss. I'm never gonna slander these cats. Like, I would never do that in the world. Like, whatever happened between us on that personal level is off the record. I don't have shit to say about it to get some kind of fame or to talk some sort of shit. But I don't work there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I quit. I'm moving on to something else. Like, URL being able to come to the West Coast and, like, work with us is a big thing. Like, I look at it like the Fresh Coast is big enough to have URL out here, because it's a different crowd of people and it's different people that are watching the battles or whatnot. And honestly, if Fresh Coast fans from King of the Dot or any of the other leagues that work out here, they want to come and chill, come through, because this is what we're doing it for. I'm not doing this shit for competition. I'm doing this shit to provide a voice. And there's certain cats that, they need to be heard. So That's all it is. They reached out to me. I thought it was a good idea because of the fact that I put in a lot of good work with the team, and I still got a lot of good momentum and still good relationships with a lot of battlers. So I don't never want to take away that opportunity for certain guys who might not be heard, because in KOTD, it's very cluttered. There's a lot of guys that are very good, and it's hard for them to even get on cards because we're really trying to keep it exclusive. So you start missing cards, your name looks a certain way. Now your draw's not the same, and you can't get booked the same, and no one wants to pay for this flight or give you this sponsorship, and like it damages your opportunity. So if I create another opportunity with King of the Dot, we got Fresh Coast Media Group with the Film On thing, URL on the West Coast. You know, Fox had URL on the West Coast in Stockton for a minute with the Jungle.
Right, and the Jungle's even back now too.
Exactly, and so I'm trying to do it in LA, consolidate. You know, let's give our coast a voice. Like, we need a DJ Vlad on the West Coast. We need those type of opportunities where people can be seen and respected, and that type of stuff is prominent out here. Like, that's the bigger picture. You know, if we have a New York brand working with us, an international brand with King of the Dot, a Fresh Coast Media Group, which is concepted here in the ground up of Cali, everything makes sense now. Like, you know, we have representation from everybody, and the game can even exceed more purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lush brought a lot of money to the game with this Film On thing, you know, and it's my opportunity to bring even more battlers out here that might not necessarily have been able to be out here because of contract obligations or just not liking the company, which I thought was always stupid. I'm like, King of the Dot is the illest brand. Like, we popping. You know, Smack is dope. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you know, they doing what they doing while they on the top as far as views and, you know, subscribers and whatnot in their media machine. But King of the Dot is dope. Like, there's so much diversity in it, you know? You can see Fingers, who's fucking dope in Canada. Check out Hollahan, be on some shit past stay. You got the West Coast, you know? And then you got the intermittent cities between that all have, like, variable influences. So that's what makes it so dope, because now these guys all have a voice there, you know? So I'm just trying to bring a voice.
So let's talk, I don't know how specific you can get about the URL stuff. I've seen some chatter recently that it's like a West Coast Proving Grounds event.
Yeah, that's KG's. KG the Poet, shout out to him. He's, you know, he's a battler. He's making a name for himself. He felt that with his recognition right now, and his relationship with Smack and the URL team, that he should do something for his West Coast homies, you know what I'm saying? And once I quit and he got wind to it, he just reached out to me like, yo, like, no diss to these guys, but like, I think it would be dope if you work with, you know, URL. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking that. Like, you know, I was just sitting thinking like, all right, cool. Like, I'm trying to book some shows. Like, I need to call Evidence. I'm trying to get on this Dilated tour. Like, I'm on some rapper shit again. Like, I'm not even thinking about battle rap no more. Like, you know, and he reached out and I was like, yo, that would be dope, low key. Like, what would I be doing wrong? I'm not doing shit wrong. I'm from LA. You can't tell me, like, you know, I'm one of the dudes that started all this battle rap shit. So you can't tell me shit about, like, what I can and can't do. Like, that goes to anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that there is going to be people who feel a certain kind of way?
If cats get mad, like, honestly, like, you shouldn't have fired me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, if you were frustrated with, like, me as a worker or whatever, like, I get it. Like, whatever happened with King of the Dot happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm entitled as a human being to make my own moves. I've always been a battle rap fan. I've been a part of my culture on the West Coast since '94. Can't no one take that away from me. I'm an OG from Project Blowed. I have an opportunity to keep battle rap alive and the spirit of that shit alive. And the OGs from like AC Alone to Micah 9 to Bad Drew to like all the guys who really were on the front lines of battling, all look at me like, yo, you keeping this shit lit for us. Hell yeah, I'm gonna keep it lit. Hell yeah, Lush gonna keep it lit. Hell yeah, all these cats that looked up to you are gonna keep it lit. So hell nah, King of the Dot's not gonna be mad at me, because they about to really be on with what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They got new opportunities to monetize and make bread and like do shit. It's less people to cut in. I'm out. You can make more money. You feel me? That's what I want from my homies. Make some fucking dope, because there's money out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that jokingly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not personal with that shit. Like, money ain't everything, but we all need it to live. You know what I'm saying? And like, if my homies can make more bread and it's less mouths to feed, that's what I'm about. Like, I just want to see the homies happy. So if they mad because I'm on my own shit, making my own dough, like making my own moves, that's counterproductive because I'm not throwing hate at you. Like, I love you. Like, that's why I'm doing me.